We live now. Hey everyone, it's Odaiba here. Welcome to my live translation stream for August 19, where we're just about to find out what War of the Visions next Final Fantasy Mainline series collab is going to be. Let me just double check and see that everything is running. Might be a bit of August 19. There we go. Sorry, the echo is like my means of checking that I'm live. How's everyone doing? I think we started a little bit late today, but we're still about, I think, 5 minutes away from the actual JP live stream. So I just wanted to take a bit of time now to talk to the chat, find out what collab you guys are gonna be. Actually, I already did that because I already know that because I did create a Reddit thread for this, and from reading in chat, sorry I didn't have time to reply to the comments, but from reading in chat, it seems like most of you guys are hoping for it to be FF9 collab. Is that correct? Myself personally, I mean, I'm happy with either FF8 or FF9. I don't really have a preference. And the funny thing is, because I don't have a preference, I wasn't really that excited about the reveal, about the announcement, until about 1 hour ago when I just realized, oh crap, whichever collab is going to be, pretty amazing, and I'm pretty sure whichever one it comes out, pretty sure I want to like grab the characters. And then I started getting excited when I thought about that. Bevo says, I would bet on 12. Okay, so here's the thing about FF12. Although thematically, FF12 kind of belongs in, the same universe as FF Tactics Ivalice, the problem with that is that FF12 as a title isn't that popular in Japan. And I don't have it loaded up here, but actually what happened was many years back, the national broadcaster in Japan, NHK, they actually did a all Final Fantasy popularity poll to find out which is the most beloved FF title, in Japan. And number 1 was FF10, number 4 was FF9, and number 7 was FF8. And then FF12 is like all the way, in the lower half of the, well, not the lower half, but I'm not even sure if FF12 is in top 10. Colin Monty says FF7. Well, we already had 2 collabs in War of the Visions that are FF7 based. It would be kind of weird. I think people would actually get angry if they announce another new FF7 collab in some fashion. So obviously, Ever Crisis is coming out, and then is there another one? The second part of the FF7 remake. I don't remember the subtitle, but obviously that is still in the works. Still have yet to come out. So in the future, I'm sure we'll have some other kind of FF7 collab, but this time they've said that, or rather the way that they kind of gave us a hint on what it could be, they did kind of, I mean, if it's a rerun, they would just straight away tell you it's a rerun to just make sure that the expectations are, properly set. But because they didn't say it's a rerun, everybody is expecting it to be a new FF collab. Carlos says, anything but FF16, please. FF16 is, I think some people have mentioned this before, but FF16 being the collab is very unlikely, just solely because Yoshi P himself, like, he doesn't like his characters to be gacha, so probably not FF16, so I think you can be sure of that. Mama's Basement says, FF8 then Street Fighter. Yes, you're a cultured person, my man. Yeah, this is the my personal hope as well. Like, FF8 collab right now in the end of August, and then 4th anniversary is whatever. This December they give us a Street Fighter collab, so that means the return of Fizz characters, and it's gonna be a strike meta again. And then every year after that, War of the Visions will just rotate between doing a rerun of FMA, Full Metal Alchemist, or a rerun of Street Fighter. And by doing that, every year they can be sure that the strike meta will always be relevant. That's my kind of, crazy dream that I, sort of have with War of the Visions. Because Strike is just so good right now. Stray Light, hey, thanks for dropping by. Sorry, I have been kind of slow in reading chat because the way I set it up today, the text size, the font size of my chat on screen is kind of small, and I'm trying to actually sit a little bit further away from the microphone this time, because when I go back to listen to my own live streams and videos, I realize that, maybe I'm just sitting too close to the mic and I kind of breathe into it, so I'm trying to prevent that as much as possible today. By the way, how's the audio levels, you guys? Is the audio sounding good? Anything weird with the voice? Maybe I can try and fix it before... Let's see, how many more minutes? Just 1 minute, less than a minute away before the actual start of the stream. Jack Kaczynski says FF8 or 9, Queen, Garland, VV. Yeah, those are good choices, but hey, where's Zidane? Where's Garnet? You forgot the main guys. North of Main Street says, it's 3 a.m. where I am, LOL. Thanks for dropping by. And we're all just, really excited to find out what the collab actually is going to be. But I definitely appreciate you staying up to, watch the stream with us. Dervis says, it's time where unforeseen circumstances. I don't know what you mean by that. Not from Main Street says, Squall could be the good one. Yeah. I wonder if it's FF8, I wonder if they will make Squall the free unit, because everybody wants to get Squall, right? But, or maybe because he's so popular, they'll make him, a unit that you have to pull for. Jan Michael says FF2. Okay, so the likelihood of it being FF2 is really low because of just how much they've hyped up today's review to be that Final Fantasy. So, I think they will probably save FF2 for another time down the line. Nabani C says, my heart wants FF8, but Gumi's wallet wants FF9. Okay, so here's the deal, right? FF9 is more popular in Japan, so my guess is if they're gonna do FF9, they would probably save that for the actual 4th anniversary. So maybe the theory is that maybe tonight is FF8, and then in November it's FF9. Games Dose says, I like how you sound. Only feedback is, maybe you can use a noise gate plus noise reduction filters in your stream program. This can improve the white noise and background of your mic. Oh yeah, good idea. I will, I'll do a screenshot of your feedback, and I'll look up how to do that later on after the stream is done. Oops. Nick says, Squall is all I want / need, and please let him be fire. Water, right now, water element is kind of really strong in JP, so if it's fire, I don't know if that's a good idea, because he's gonna be very easily countered, and ice is not that strong yet. Unisat says, I want King Deleter and Ramza's sister. FF Tactics. Yeah, Tactics, huh? I think Tactics will be a while. Just purely because it's a rerun, and for some reason, I don't know why, but they don't like to bring FF Tactics back very often. I have no idea why. The rumor is that it's because Ramza's voice actor is hated by Hirono, but I'm not too sure about what actually happened and if that is really the case. Taping says haven't started. JP is late. Yeah, they are probably dealing with some production issues. Oh, there you go. There's a message from the organizers. It'll be late by about 5 minutes. I don't know if you guys can see this because I scrolled down a little bit. Let me... So basically, the stream will be delayed by 5 minutes. They're dealing with some technical hiccups, it seems. So I guess we have some time to kill. So tonight, okay, so I think I never really explained this really well in my Reddit post about the JP official live streams, but there's two kinds of JP live streams. The first kind is the one that we get most of the time it's called Mine, which is kind of like civilian operated broadcast, and then that's the smaller one, and then the bigger one is called what's it called in oh crap, I think it's called Kokuye, which is state operated broadcast. And tonight is the bigger one, the state operated broadcast, which means that voice actors come onto the show, and Hirono himself is probably going to make an appearance, although they didn't actually confirm it in the in the synopsis for the broadcast. So we don't know if Hirono will be there, but we do know that the voice actors for Mont and Killfei will be on the stream. They kind of serve as like a MC kind of role in a lot of these bigger streams. PST says, hey PST, thanks for dropping by. PST says, hey there, Straylight, got a question about Baldur's Gate in Discord. Okay. North of Main Street says, I wish Square Enix would take the time to remake some of these titles when Gumi drops these collabs. It would probably help people that don't know the lore of the specific release. So the thing is, I think pretty much all of the Final Fantasy games, at least the original versions, have been remastered in HD in some way, right? Like, I mean, even FF 7, 8, 9, 10, and oh, there we go.
FFB 現戦争公式番組リオニス国営放送
Alright, so I'm gonna lower the audio for the JP part. And that was Bond, the voice actor for Mont. The stream is kind of stuttering, I think, but I guess that's the thing they were dealing with. Okay, so let me... Is this Killfei's voice actress? So she just said that, you know, obviously tonight there's gonna be collab announcement, there's gonna be a bunch of other stuff as well. And sorry guys, I forgot to do one thing. I forgot to turn off the just give me a moment. Ono Kensho, the voice actor for Mont. Control panel. Oh, Hirono is here, so as expected. Alright. Asalto-san is here tonight as well. He doesn't always appear on the bigger broadcast, so this is it seems like the last of the bigger broadcasts it's been on was actually the very first big one, and we have some connectivity issues. Let me just... I think it's on their end. So we missed a part of what Asalto-san was saying there, something about food, but it's not really that important, so I'll skip it. And from the operations team, from the game development team, Fujita-san is here as well, the director of the game. And the question posed to him was, what have he been doing in the summer break? And Fujita-san said that he actually hasn't been on break at all. He didn't take any leave during the summer season because it's actually a super busy period right now for World of Visions. And also, so Fujita-san is from Gumi, right? And Gumi is coming out with another game as well, so he's also busy on that. And so Hirono asked him, oh yeah, your company Gumi that you work in is also busy with another title, right? And Fujita-san said yes. And Nakai-san is here as well, obviously, operations producer. Nakai-san, he's the basically like the JP version of Hiroki, I guess. And he's known to have a bit of a loud voice. He tends to strain his voice, so this time, as usual, he brought his honey to sort of soothe his voice. Hirono asked him why does he always have it with him, and Nakai-san explained that it's because even in private he uses his voice a lot. And of course, it's time for Hirono's introduction. Series producer Hirono. In the afternoon today, he spent some time in the pool with his kids. So he's feeling a little bit tanned right now. So basically, during the introductions, basically, you know, they asked them to say something about what they've been doing during their summer break. So as you guys know, with the virus situation, usually there will be some barriers and stuff, right? But this time, because, you know, things are better in Japan now, they're easing up on the restrictions. This is the menu for tonight's broadcast. Of course, they're going to kick off with the new collab, followed by latest events and campaigns. And then there's a very important announcement, that's number 3 for World of Visions. And then finally, the 4th part is the broadcast presence. So it looks like number 3, important announcements. Kensho Ono-san, the voice actor for Mon, just said the fonts used for this important announcement seems like really, like, you know, seems like the font used is very loud and kind of there's like a sense of danger to it. So he's wondering if it's any kind of like dangerous announcement, and Nakai-san is assuring him, no, it's nothing like that. You don't have to, don't worry anything about it. It's not going to be that kind of announcement. But take a look at the War of the Visions title font. It's a lot smaller. So it doesn't mean anything. Hirono-san is explaining now that whenever they say that they're going to make an important announcement, you know, players are always worried that it's going to be something, and then they're clearing up now. It's nothing like that. It's not going to be end of service. It's not going to be any kind of that sort of thing. It's completely different. Don't worry about it. Please just wait for the announcement later on. And because it's the bigger broadcast, Killface voice actress just said that there will be some challenges on the stream for them to clear in order to give players some presents. But right now we're going to kick off with, of course, the collab announcement straight away. So this time around, they let us know in advance that this is a MAINLINE series FF collab. And here it is. Take a look. Oh! FF8. Right on target, you guys. Lightning oh my gosh, Lightning Squall! That is fantastic news, you guys. And Rinoa, what element is she gonna be? Earth Rinoa. Okay, okay. Yeah, I can dig that. Earth is in a really good place, so whoa. Okay, so this is the weird pick. What's his name? Arwin, is it? Dark Element Gunner. About time Dark Element has a gunner. A good one, I mean. So it seems FF8. Oh, there's more. Okay, 2 vision cards. And what's this? Safer. Okay, so Safer is the event boss. And I guess during the next rerun, he's probably gonna be the you know, summon character as well. Holy crap! This is, oh man. August 24th, so that's 5 days from now. And we know it's the free unit! FF8 collab is here, you guys. Oh my goodness, that trailer is just full of hype. Finally, Squall is here, says Nakai-san. So Naga-san asks Asalto-san what does he think about the collab, and Asalto-san is like, FFA is like a very generational thing for them. So obviously he's super excited for this. And Mon's voice then says, from the moment the sword came out in the trailer, you already know what this collab is. And Squall in the trailer, he just looked, you know, so fine, so kick-ass. So before they get into details for the FFA collab, there's gonna be a campaign that he wants the players to participate in. So basically, he wants all the JP players who see this broadcast to tweet with this hashtag, and everybody, I think everybody who does that during the broadcast will get like 1,000 visual or something like that. And then for the, oh no, if the hashtag gets into the trend on Twitter, everybody in the game will get 1,000 visual. And then on top of that, from the people who do the tweets, 8 people will be selected to receive 5,000 yen Amazon gift card. So I'm sure with everyone's help in JP, you know, if you're a JP player, if you play World of Visions JP, you're probably gonna see an additional 1,000 visual later on. And now Hirono is joking about how some people will get the hashtag wrong, because, you know, Twitter is now called X, right? So it's kind of confusing. And Naga-san is saying that it would be best to do the posting with the hashtag now, because that way it's easier to get into the trends for X.com or Twitter. And they're going to talk about their memories for FF8 for Asalto-san. And Asalto-san said, you know, FF8 is FF8 kind of have some very different kind of mechanics, right? And then Naga-san says, yep, there's a lot of different elements of FF8, new elements, like for example, in battle, there's the gun blade, where when you attack, you can click a button to increase the damage. And Hirono-san is saying, back then, you know, the idea was so new that a lot of people didn't know actually how to properly do it. So it took some adjusting to it. Oops. Sorry about that. I forgot to turn off my notifications, I guess. Sorry about this. I need to double check on some technical stuff on my end. Oh, anyways, they're still talking about the tweet campaign. People are starting to do the tweets now. Hopefully, it'll get into the Twitter trends so that we can all get 1,000 extra visual. And that was King Mon's. In King Mon's voice, he said, "Alright, everyone, are you ready? Head on to Twitter and start posting now." So on these broadcasts, a lot of times, the program is called state-operated broadcast, because the kind of concept behind it is that the voice actor for King Mon, is kind of here on the show to act as the king of this broadcast, and so from time to time, he will do these kind of shoutouts to announce something, for example. Anyway, so that's it for the trend campaign. It's I guess it's an interesting thing that they're trying to let people know, hey, FF8 Collab is coming to World of Visions. But now that that's done, it's time to finally get into the details for FF8 Collab. And first of all, we're going to start with the basic details. Renoa Score, Arvine, and the 2 vision cards starting on August 24th on a Thursday, which means that it should be a midday release. So Squall and Renoa with Squall's vision card is going to come out first on August 24th. And the collab, I guess, will end at the end of September. Vision card's name is Unmi no Shido. The Destined Seed, I guess. It's kind of... Squall is cost 100 lightning elements. Main job Seed. Sub job is Trick Lancer and Pugilis. End of Heart is the name of the limit burst. To a target, it does 4 hits of damage L. And for 3 turns, Squall will have AP auto recovery, medium. So medium is, I think, the same as Ziza's Bell, right? And it's a single target move, range 1, 2, 3, 4. Fujita-san's comments now. So for FF8, a lot of people told them last year during the offline events that, you know, they are looking forward to FF8 collab whenever it's coming. Barrier Break lands. And the Ashura something from Pugilis are his sub-job moves. The level 12 moves. So we just had Guild Raid just ended in JP, and so obviously in Guild Raid, Squall will be an excellent unit because of the 4-hit limit burst. And of course, you know, for physical attackers, one thing that you do need that is nice to have is AP recovery, which he does have on the limit burst. So the details now: performance, frontline physical attacker type. Starting with the move, AoE attack, 3 turn lowers flash resistance down on the targets, and then damage M. And over here, this is a another AoE attack. Wow. Guaranteed hit move, and then it will improve your defense penetration first before removing protect, and then doing damage L. And then for the buff now. So this is a new thing. Three turn slash and strike resist up, and then the further the enemy is, the more damage you can deal. From 4 squares out. 4 to 7 squares. Oh, sorry, not the more damage it will do. The more damage will be reduced. So basically, if someone is attacking Squall from a long distance, the further away they are, the more damage reduction there will be on their attack move. And it starts on range 4, so an enemy has to be attacking Squall from at least 4 squares away for the damage reduction to come into play. And then the maximum is range 7. Single-handed sword, weapon class is sword, knight, and others. So the same as lightning, the same as King Bradley, the same as Stern. This effect cannot be dispelled. The what is it called? The damage reduction thing. So basically, they want you to use this to. So within the current play environment, for example, okay, so you know in War of Visions right now, there's a lot of units that can attack. Range 4, range 5 units. Like for example, you could target someone 3 squares away, but the 3 square attack is an AoE attack, so it extends the range, right? Those kind of area effects will count towards this damage reduction event. So, for example, if there's an attack that is 3 squares away for targeting, but it's a diamond-shaped move, then that's essentially range 5, right? So it will count towards the honeycomb barrier damage reduction. Maybe some of you guys can give me some examples in the chat. It's really hard to explain this. But basically, as long as the enemy that's attacking is at least 4 squares away, damage reduction will come into play. And then it will increase, the damage reduction will increase the further they are away by every square, up to 7 squares away. And he's lightning. So for example, if you use Melnia is not going to be as effective against Squall, even though Melnia is Earth unit, right? Because she's probably going to be attacking from quite far away. And the thing with the AI is that, so really, obviously when AI comes into play, you know, things will be kind of interesting. So the AI in the game actually does keep a mind of, you know, they want to, as much as possible, they want to attack from, you know, as far away as possible. The AI will, you know, typically try to do that because the AI assumes that the closer you get, the more easily you will get hit. So that's going to help in the effectiveness of this move as well. And then on top of that, Swing Age, take a look at Swing Age, the range on that move. Simple is best for these kinds of attacks. Diamond-shaped AoE, so that's how strong this move is. And it can be upgraded with EX jobs. Defense penetration down on the enemy. And healing ability down on the enemy as well. So basically this move on top of the default, which is slash resistance down before applying damage M. Once it's upgraded EX jobs, the enemies being hit will also get defense penetration down. And the other thing. And Squall also has resistances and defense stuff. He has things that will increase his defense while attacking. So he does have a bunch of defense options as well for Squall. But for the things we want to know about, he doesn't have courage, he doesn't have re-raise, he doesn't have barrier. So the way that he's going to increase his endurance is through buffing his resistances and his defense and stuff like that. And reducing defense penetration on enemies. Area resistance, that kind of thing. So he has, those things are going to be higher because he doesn't have courage, all that, right? So he's an attacker. That's why they give him, you know, this buff as well, the honeycomb barrier. Because, you know, that's part of his defensive options. He's an attacker with endurance, but just different kinds of endurance than what we have before in our attackers or bruisers. By the way, if you guys want more details about some of the details, I'll be doing a recap at the end of the stream as well. Okay, next up is Renoir. The Princess of Resistance is the main job. Sub-jobs are Grimoire Master and Red Mage. Limit Burst Apocalypse. Wow. 3-turn Spirit Penetration increase before applying elementless damage L to the enemies in range. Take a look at that range. Spell of Shield from Grimoire Master is the level 12 job skill. And Gemma's Thrust from Red Mage. Spell of Shield is the barrier that protects a certain amount of damage. 7,500 HP, I think. Take a look at that insane range. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maximum range 6. And it's an elementless attack. Elementless damage L. So even if you're at an element disadvantage, you can still do a bunch of damage with this. And of course it gives us 3-turn Spirit Penetration up. So she's basically an attacker, but she also has some support stuff. Basically, she is what? She's a backline healer type. So why does she have an attack for her limit burst then? She's actually a healer, you guys. So it seems like they wanted to implement the healer as an SSR, but they decided to make it UR instead. Recover. HP recovery L and 3-turn agility up to 1 unit. Level 120 skill. 3-turn for ally for 1 ally herself. Haste to herself and 1 ally and makes them both. And makes Renoir only hate down. So basically this is a haste skill for herself. So basically the haste skill from Valis, except instead of giving more AP, it will reduce hate on Renoir. And then this one here is an attack. Does attack to 2, single target attack to 2 targets. MAG base damage L and guaranteed hit. Recover can be buffed by EX jobs. You can upgrade this to recover 2 units at once. And then for level 120 skill. At level 140, this move will get buffed. Also, area resistance will be added to the effects over here. So both the ally and herself, who's getting haste, is going to get area resistance up as well. Basically, she's a magic character, but so recover and the hasting will have casting time, but in the support ability, there will be a casting time reduction. So even in a play environment where low casting time is needed, she's going to still be good enough. There's going to be other abilities as well. Like stun, I think, is what he said. So you can kind of use her like Valis. She's not only a healer, but she can also do some attacks. Is basically the kind of concept for her. She looks really strong, by the way. Healer with this kind of attack and a limit burst that attacks. And because she is a healer kind of unit, her resistances and defenses will be lower than other units. So you need to buff them to and use things like hate down to protect her. Keep her away from the fight so that she doesn't get involved in AoE attacks. So even though she's an earth unit, because of the weapon type VCs and all that, you can actually use her in other parties, or at least that's how they've designed her to be. So other than Earth Party, you can use her in many ways. So that's how they've kind of balanced her. That's how they've kind of designed her skill set to be. So definitely she seems a lot to be like a new type of Valis. Except she's not cost 100. She is the free unit after all. So everybody will get a mini Valis if you kind of think about it that way. Rinoa is a glove unit, you guys. So Rinoa, Addison Ray, and your favorite third glove unit. So they're talking about something that they're going to announce later on. But I think they're keeping what they're hinting at later on. The AI for the character will be very similar to Valis. Alright, so I think they already showed this in the trailer, right? But so basically, there's just like with other collabs, we're gonna get Rinoa for free through a 10-pool summon. So that's the thing that they've kind of been saying. That Hirono was kind of saying, shouldn't you just be saying that now? Why are you waiting it for later on? Why are you saving it for later? But here it is, confirmation that Rinoa will come out for free as part of a 10-pool summon. Free 10-pool summon. And of course, as usual, you can only get it during the period. Both units are really great. Rinoa is like, I mean, she's a healer. She's Earth unit. She definitely fits really well in Earth. Only problem is that if you use her with King Bradley and Dialdo, then you only have one attacker. But Rinoa can also attack. So next up we have Irvine, however you say his name, and then his vision card. The Sniper's Loneliness is what the name of that vision card is called. The Lonely Sniper? I guess Sniper's Loneliness is the translation. And take a look at the artwork with the butterfly. I actually didn't complete FF8, so I'm not sure if this scene was actually in the game at some point. But as you guys can see, they've drawn it in a way that fits the lore of FF8, I guess. So let's take a look at Irvine, who is a dark, cost 90, confident sniper is the main job. And the sub-jobs are Hunter and Viking. Wow, so the Limit Burst Hyper Shot is, it gives him 3 turn defense penetration up, followed by 3 hits of damage L to all enemies in the target. And Naga-san is saying that, they did a lot of work on the effects for the LBs, for the FF8 characters, so do pay attention to that. From Hunter, he gets triple shot, or whatever it's called. From Viking, he gets Drain Cyclone. I'm not sure if it's called something else in Global. So the move for the Limit Burst is range 5, and all enemies in the path will get hit. Like I said earlier, it gives him 3 turn defense penetration up before the 3 hits of damage L is applied to all the enemies in range. And then because it's Hunter, you know what that means for the support abilities and stuff. Mid-range physical attacker type. Canister shot. To the enemies, 3 turn missile resistance down before doing damage M. And then armor shot is the level 120 move. Single target attack. 3 to the target, 3 turn single target resistance down before doing damage M, and penetration, so all the targets that stand in the way will get hit. And then the buff, the AoE buff is added attack standby, follow-up attack standby. It's a plus sign AoE buff skill. So basically, he has the same thing that Bards have. Follow-up attack, similar to Bards, and then on top of that, all the allies will get ATK up and agility up. Oh, the difference is Bards, right? The follow-up attack is the ally has to be within 3 squares, but for Irwin, his effect, as long as the ally is 4 squares within 4 squares away, the follow-up attack will come out. And as with Bards, so the thing that's better with Bards version is that it removes Protect and Shell, but this time you don't get the Protect and Shell removal, so instead of that, it gives you a little bit more range to work with. So Fujiya-san is explaining now for some people who don't really understand how to improve the damage of the follow-up attack. But one of the ways is, of course, with, single target resistance, right? If your single target resistance is high, you take less damage from the follow-up attack as well. So that's why for armor shot, they give him a skill to lower the target's single target resistance. And then after that, you can use the follow-up attacks to deal even more damage than before. And then, of course, you have skills to reduce the missile resistance on the enemies. So, because he's Dark Element, they do want people to use, him in a dark team. And because his follow-up attack thing has more range than Bards, it's going to be easier. It's going to be easier for a tank to be, in there and using the ability. And of course, Q-Face voice actress is pointing out now, wait, doesn't this mean that you can use Irwin and Bards together? And then don't their counter... What happens then with their counter attacks? With their follow-up attacks? So there's someone in the Delon team testing it together with Asterisk, putting Asterisk together with them, and yeah, it seems like it will activate multiple times, but they need to confirm it. So you're having somebody in the Delon team confirm it right now. It could be different, but so we don't know if, let's say if you have Bards and Irwin in the same range, right? What happens, will both of their follow-up attacks come out? So that's what they're confirming right now. Now for defenses for Irwin, he's a sniper unit, so not a lot of endurance, obviously. But for one of his support abilities, you can give him a one-time barrier. So, for example, if you pit him against Ice Alaya, you will be able to survive at least one hit because there's going to be the one-hit barrier. So obviously it's going to have support ability for range +2. And another one is physical barrier, which means you need to equip that support ability to get the physical barrier, by the way. So the concept for his endurance is you gotta pick and choose what you want using his various support abilities. And now we're gonna take a look at the vision cards. So this art here is straight from the Ultimania, the FF8 Ultimania. If you guys recognize it. Cost 60 for Irwin's one, cost 70 for Squall's. So they're a week apart as per usual. Now we're gonna go into the effects. So right now they're still in the middle of tuning the exact numbers, but for Squall's vision card, so obviously previously we did some cost adjustment for the vision card cost. That's why Arvin's one is cost 60, so it's a weapon vision card. I think he just said this is a elemental card. It's a lightning vision card. Squall's one is lightning vision card. Oh! Lightning element doesn't have single target resistance, right? So they're gonna finally give single target resistance to Squall's VC, finally. And of course, in Global, we do have Esther's vision card, so it's kind of a little bit different, but in JP, we've never had. So they've been thinking about when is the right timing for single target resistance for Lightning VC. Seems like now's the right time. For Irwin's VC, a lot of things that they're still adjusting, so please wait for the notices to find out the effects for Irwin's vision card. And I think for Squall, they didn't say a lot. They only said that it will have single target resistance. But just based on that alone, you know if you play Lightning element, you need to get this. It's gonna be so important. So next up, they're gonna go through the challenge missions, all the typical stuff basically for new units in the game. So I'm gonna use this time to kind of read the chat for a moment, because early on when I'm explaining, when I'm live interpreting, I don't really have time to read the chat, so sorry about that. Oh, and before that, so obviously Squall will get his weapon in the game, and it seems like, so obviously his weapon is the Lion Heart, even though there's already a Lion Heart in the game, right? And it seems like... Okay, so the boss character... Minotauros, and I don't know what Secret is. Minotauro, Secret, and Safer are the bosses in the event. I guess Sacred is this thing here, right? Anyway, is if you've played FF8 all the way to the end, which I did not, you probably recognize this, I guess. But, so this is part of the Collab event, so I'm not sure if they will appear in the Trials of Reckoning, or if they will just appear as part of the weapon quest. Could be either way. Like how Mirror Master was the FF6 boss character. Oh, Trials of Reckoning. So this is the Trials of Reckoning explanation. The item we are getting from Trials of Reckoning is a model of Ragnarok. I never knew that the airship of FF8 is called Ragnarok, but here it is. So when does Ragnarok actually appear in the? It's not the main airship, right? Is that what the FF8 characters write in from the beginning? Anyway, the everything is the same for Trials of Reckoning. They are explaining now that the Ragnarok model is an accessory, which means that obviously you can put it on any character. And they're kind of joking about, well, where would the characters actually put on the model? Like, do they put it on their shoulders or on their knees? And Fujiya-san said, well, because it's an accessory, you can put it pretty much anywhere, right? Like, you can wear it on your shoulders or whatever you want. And Rinoa's weapon now? Wrong slide. Oh! Shooting Star. So Rinoa's weapon is something you get from the challenge board, the bingo board. But she's a glove user, right? So why is it Shooting Star? So the reason for that, Fujiya-san explains, is in the first place, they couldn't really decide what weapon to put Rinoa under. But because she's a magic character, and in the game she's kind of have her glove impression is kind of strong. So the weapon itself, Shooting Star, is a glove equipment, but they've made it such that only Rinoa can equip it. Well, not only Rinoa can equip it, but it's basically all the stuff on it is only for Rinoa. So that means she's gonna get some character exclusive passives from the Shooting Star glove equipment. So I guess you can still put it on other characters, but there's no point in doing that. As usual, there's the typical FF8 collab login bonuses. I believe it's 2,000 visual and then a bunch of other stuff. Like I-san trying to upsell to the players that on Twitter he always sees that, unexpectedly a lot of players do get the characters through the free summon tickets. So make sure to log in and get them tickets. And then, of course, with Chocobo-kun, we are always sending Chocobo to all kinds of dangerous places, and this time is this place in FF8. Bomb Garden, the area around Bomb Garden. Well, the garden, the Bomb Garden, or whatever it's called, is the area around there. I don't actually know what it's called in FF8. Balam Garden, right? The area around Balam Garden. Okay, so special campaign for FF8 collab units. So the things that help people to build the units. JP 5 times. And the Road to Worldwide campaign for Squall and Rinoa. By that I mean in the shop you will get their shards guaranteed to appear. Also known as the Road to Worldwide Part 2 campaign for Squall and Rinoa. And then, JP and EXP 2X. Arwine as well. JP 5 times. And then in the shop you can get Arwine shards. And then for the collab event quest, you get JP and EXP 2 times as well. Wait, where's my shard quest? Like, hi-san, where's my barracks 50% time reduction bonus? Seems like there's no such thing this time for the FF8 collab units. So they just confirmed with the follow-up attack. All of the follow-up attacks will activate. So if you have Asterisk with Bards and Irwin together, it seems like Astra's follow-up attack will come out, Erwin's will come out, Bart's and all will come out as all in a single attack. But with that said, that's what they are testing right now. They're still going to look into it. Things are subject to change. It may change in the final release. So for now, just, wait a little bit. Let them decide if that really is going to be the case. And then as per usual, we have the typical JPEXP, 2X, and all these other things. Nothing special, really. Everything that's typical for the collab quest campaigns, all of it is coming back for the FF8 collab as well. So recently I began thinking about how to best utilize your potion, your energy potions, and I'm starting to actually pay attention to when all these different periods are for the 2x quests, 2x drop and EXP timing for the different kinds of quests. Because if you want to level up some characters for free, then you want to put them in whichever side has 2x EXP, right? Anyway, all the typical stuff, nothing new. And that will about end it for the FF8 collab details. For the most part, how was it, you guys? If you use those 3 units with Lightning and Noctis together at the same time, all of their follow-up attacks will come out based on how you would imagine it. But Fujisan says, with that said, whether or not that is actually going to be a strong combination or not, that is really, up to the players to actually test and figure it out. But if you want to have all the follow-up attacks come out together in one party, you can actually do that. So someone in the chat, Onzon says, I want Uni so bad. Yeah, so if you use Uni, you can have Uni do an attack from like 8 squares away, and then Bart's follow-up attack will come out, and then Erwin's follow-up attack will also come out. It's gonna be crazy. So my vision in one of the visions JP is really low right now, but I'm kind of thinking all 3 units are going to be important meta units, right? Unless they're really weak or something, they have like a spot to play in the meta. So I'm not sure if I'm gonna pull all of them, or especially because Qual is a cost 100, so I will have to prioritize in some way. Anyway, they've just confirmed that, the hashtag that they asked everybody to tweet out has reached, I think, #1 in the Twitter trends. So everybody is going to get the 1000 visual. Okay, it didn't get to #1 in trends, but it entered the trends section of Twitter. And then, of course, for everybody who tweeted it, among the people who tweeted, 8 people will be able to get selected to get it. So if you live in Japan, you should probably go and do this tweet. I would love to do it, but unfortunately I'm streaming, so it's gonna be pretty hard for me to tweet out a comment, to make a tweet with the hashtag to participate in this. So I think I'm just gonna pass on this campaign. So according to Nakai-san, right now it's at #5 in the trends. It started coming in at #7, and it's increased in rank to #5. So maybe if more people post tweets with the hashtag, it's gonna go higher and higher until it reaches #1. So that's what the conversation between Hirono and Nakai-san went on just now. The 5,000 yen Amazon gift card campaign is only until the end of the broadcast. So let me see if I can open up Twitter and copy somebody's tweet. Next up, wow, 24 million downloads campaign, 240 free pulls across these dates. Holy cow. So the for the free pulls, the period is going to be a little bit split up. On the first day, by the way, the 3.5 anniversary free pulls were like this as well. So on the first 2 days of the collab, there's gonna be one free 10 pull with 1 UR guaranteed, and then there's gonna be daily pulls starting from August 25 and so on and so forth. As you can see, the important thing to take away is some of these free 10 pulls actually do give you guaranteed UR in one slot. So even if your luck is really bad, you're guaranteed to get at least quite a few URs and quite a few rainbow spheres. So recently I saw in a Reddit thread that actually for a lot of global players, it seems like people are needing rainbow spears. This is one of the ways in JP to kind of, alleviate that situation by giving you free pulls with VR guaranteed to try and hit the vision cards and characters that you don't have, and also, of course, it helps with the Rainbow Spear acquisition as well. So definitely, I'm super looking forward to this. Time to pick up on some of the VCs I missed out on. And then there's going to be an ROG Phone 7 series campaign as well. So it seems like this has already begun some time back, and it'll last all the way to August 23rd. And apparently we already retweeted enough times for us to receive all of these rewards. So that's going to be an additional source of resources we get in the JP version. Pop Jules 12 says, Joker said in missile mode with Prompto was nice. So yeah, with Irwin, I guess you can now make a triple Garner Dark team, huh? Ang Mortem says, looking forward to Irvine. Okay, so I finally know how to say his name. It's Irvine. Coin Monty says, is this collab after worldwide version? Did they say, well, for the JP version, it's before the transition to worldwide, because it starts in August 24 and lasts all the way until end of September. Worldwide version comes into play at the end of September. Is this the charging station for the ROG phone? So I was reading chats, I wasn't really paying attention to what they were saying. But the voice actor for Mons so this is the thing that they're giving out. This is the prize for the ROG phone campaign. And I think they just said that they're going to, do some autographs on it to kind of add value to the thing. So the voice actor for King Mont will sign on it, for autograph on it. Alright, so let's take a look at the chat here, since they're not really saying anything of importance. Carla says they will label that as Road to Worldwide in Global. Maybe. Okay, so the thing is, because the FF8 collab is from August 24th to September 30th, I think it'll come to Global sometime after October. Maybe at the start of October or something like that. This phenomenon, V2 says, we need like something for limited units and VCs. Well, that's what they did in JP during the 3.5 anniversary. They brought all of the Final Fantasies back. All Final Fantasy rerun, and I used that opportunity to pick up the Snow Vision card that I was missing as well. So, if things work out, we should be getting the All Final Fantasy rerun in Global in a couple of weeks as well. So now they're gonna talk about another campaign, the special campaign that they would like to do since it's an FF8 collab. So they call this the FF8 collab junction quiz. How much of FF8 do you guys actually remember? So what they're gonna do is on the Twitter, on the official World of Visions JP Twitter, they're going to come up with a quiz every day, one question a day. And from everyone who has successfully answered correctly at least one of the questions, they will choose 8 people to receive this soundtrack, the Final Fantasy VIII original soundtrack revival disc. So Kyufei's voice actress just asked Nakai-san, is this going to be a difficult quiz? And Nakai-san says, right now they're in the process of thinking up the questions, so don't know about that. But it's been 20 years since Final Fantasy VIII, so I'm sure it's going to be pretty hard. And for those of you guys who still remember FF8, I think within FF8 there's like a seed test, right? Like a 10-question quiz thing that you have to take in order to improve some stats for Squall or something like that, right? Does anybody remember that? And to celebrate the FF8 Junction quiz, they're gonna actually have a FF8 quiz right now on the program as well. Nagai-san is asking Fujita-san, seems like you are... Wait, what the heck is this? Seems like this is the punishment... This is not tomato juice, by the way. It seems like this will be the punishment that the people on stream will have to drink up if they fail on the quiz. When Hirono-san was coming onto the program, before the start of the program, Hirono-san actually thought about if he should wear something that is okay to spill something on his shirt for. Because he was thinking if he's going to, do something that will spill something on his from his suit, then maybe he should just wear something else to the program. But in the end, he decided to come on in his regular suit. So he's kind of regretting now because they have to do this thing. So 3 people from the guest side will answer the questions first. And Hirono-san is asking, oh wait, I don't have to answer the questions? And Nagai-san said, yeah, this time you're excused. You don't actually have to answer the questions. So right now they're gonna answer 3 questions from the quiz. And if they get all 3 questions correctly, everybody in the game will get 1,000 visual. So looks like the pressure is on. And we're gonna start with Nishida-san, the voice actress for Kyufei's. The voice actress of Kyufei. Gonna take a moment to drink some water. Looks like this stream will take a while if they're gonna do all these games and stuff. I guess tonight I'm probably going to have to miss Guild Battle, aren't I? And here's the question for Nishida-san. What is Squall's full name? Come on. So the options are A is Squall Lionheart, B is Squall Leonheart, C is Squall I think this is what, Renowned? And then D is Squall Leonis. Oh, C is Squall Revenant. And of course, she gets it correct. Squall Leonheart is the correct answer. Hiro-san is saying now that he was thinking maybe people in chat will help out the guests, but when he looks at chat, there are a lot of people spamming D to try and trick the people on stream. Let's see here in my YouTube chat. Nabamsi says, with Nier getting a rerun in FFB, I was totally sure we'll have another Nier FFB WOTV rerun. Well, I think it should be coming soon, right? It's been quite a while. Maybe it'll come during November for the 4th anniversary, or during the December whenever they are unveiling the new collab. Who knows, maybe December could be the Nier rerun with a new unit. Maybe they could be thinking something like that. For Asalto-san, the question is, in FF8, what does GF stand for? And the answers, the options you have are all listed on screen in English, so I don't have to translate that. I'll just take a look at my YouTube chat instead. Nabani C remembers the hidden seed rank mechanics. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Eurostar07 says, wow, 2K visual for JP on this stream. That's more than Global got for 3rd anniversary. And I think the 2K that we got from these two campaigns, right, does not include the usual 2K visual that we get for a live stream. So I'm expecting that to be added on for possibly a total of 4K free visual to be distributed to everyone. So yeah, for some weird reason, JP is a lot more generous now than Global, whereas previously, Global version has always been the generous version. I'm not sure why things have flipped right now. But as a player for both versions, I'm really, to be honest, I'm really quite unhappy about the situation in Global version still. And then now it's Ono Kensho-san's time to take the quiz. Question for him is, in FF8, which of these options is a Galbadia Guardian FF8? A is Squall, B is Renoa, C is Irwin, and D is Safer. Galbadia Guardian is where Irvine is from, right? The rest are from Balam Garden, if I'm not wrong. Dozo says Edison Flub is probably why they don't give us stuff no more. No. Well, yeah, that could be one of the reasons. This phenomenon V2 listed out all the global version collabs, so like Persona 5, Nier, Dragon Quest, Tomb Raider. Mega Rare Debit Card says, I'm late to the party. Which collab is getting a rerun? No, none of the existing collabs is getting a rerun. It's a brand new collab. You can probably hear it from the music, but it's FF8 collab this time. And they ran us through all the details for the characters and VCs. Well, not the VCs, but for the characters already. So I think at the end of the stream, I'll try and do a bit of a short recap for the people who are late to the stream. Lambani C says, but when the server merger happens, won't we both be getting these rewards? No, because all of these rewards are for the live stream only. And the live stream rewards are usually delivered to the global version via the Hiroki presence rewards. So if Hiroki doesn't give them to us, we won't get it. It's always been like that since the past.
8秒以内に8杯飲んでいただけたら成功扱いにさせていただこうかな。そういうことなんですね。じゃあ僕はみんなのために頑張ればいいですね。はい、そうでございます。で、僕はプレゼントを考えればいいと。
And now it's
倍になればいいんですね。1000プラスすれば3000になるわけじゃないですか。じゃあヒロさんチャレンジいただいて、トレンド1位も加わったらもっとさらに。じゃあヒロさんの問題クリアしたらプラスで限度席成功。
and we get an additional 1,000 visual if Hirono gets his part done.
ということでヒロノさんに対する問題はこちらでございますと、ファイナルファンタジー8においてバランサー
In FF8,
楽通用パネルから手に入るガーディアンフォースは次のうちどれ？
which is the Guardian Force that you can get from Balam Garden's training panel? Is it A. Shiva, B. Ifrit, C. Carbuncle, or D. Bahamut? Does anybody know? I don't actually know this. Balam Gardens for training use panel. What is that? I don't remember that. JP0 says Shiva. How do you get Shiva in FF8? This phenomenon V2 says, but if FF8 happens around October, LOL, don't we have to get M2 for the previous Halloween units and maybe a new Halloween unit? Yeah, it's gonna be rough for sure, no matter what. Fujiya-san is noting that in the chat, people are saying all sorts of different answers. But obviously, Hirono should know this. What? Eh? Huh? There's a second part to this question. You can get Shiva and what other Guardian Force? And then the... So all of these options are different spellings for Quetzalcoatl or whatever that whatever that Guardian Force name is. Quetzalcoatl. I don't even know how that is written in Japanese. But anyway, because he got it wrong, he has to drink all this stuff in 8 seconds. Fujiya-san says, seems like some kind of Korean style drink. Manta in the chat says Quetzalcoatl. Yeah, that's the GF. But I don't know how to write that in Japanese because it seems like a really difficult Japanese name to write out. Oh, so this is basically the soup from the Nakata ramen cup noodle. So it's not really... It's probably spicy and sour. And Mon's voice actor said, well, Hiro-san, after you drink this, you'll probably have to stay in your room the whole day tomorrow. You probably have to go to the toilet a lot. So I think the reward that we get depends on how many cups he can drink. I missed the part where they explain how this thing is supposed to work. But Hirono-san is right now trying to figure out the best path towards drinking as many cups of this thing as possible for the players. Before that, he's gonna down some water first. Make it open up his throat, make it easy to take on this challenge? For anybody who's concerned about what the drink is, it's just soup from instant ramen. 1, 6 seconds, 5 seconds. And Hirono cleared the challenge! Oh my gosh. I feel uncomfortable watching Hirono down all those cups, even though it's just cup noodle soup. Beat. Oh man, I can't even. I can't even. Okay, so far, on this stream so far, we've gotten a total of 3,000 free vis. So I think it was 1,000 free vis from the Twitter campaign, 1,000 free vis from the first 3 guests answering quiz questions, and then now Hirono, because Hirono got it wrong, he has to take on the challenge, but he successfully drank all 8 cups, so that gives us our final 1,000 visual for a total of 3,000 visuals so far. Hey, why does Hiroki never do all these extreme challenges to give us free visual, right? That's the question that's probably on everybody's mind right now. Why doesn't Hiroki do extreme challenges and clear them in a cool way to give us awesome free visual? Actually, I don't really care about Hiroki doing extreme challenges. I just want the free visual. Just to be clear. Just to be clear that I'm not asking for anything insane. Alright, moving on. They're gonna talk about in-game events and stuff. Chapter 5 for part 3. So I'm not gonna say anything that they are saying about this right now because it's spoilers, and I'm sure there's some people here watching this who don't want to know what happens. So, and I myself, I haven't actually cleared the story all the way until the latest chapter, so I don't actually even know what's going on. So I'm listening to them saying the synopsis, and I'm just not going to translate it, just because I'm sure there are people who want to not know and want to actually find out from the actual release of the chapter. But we can take a look at all the awesome characters in this illustration. I don't know what that means. I don't know what it means for the story, but here they are. Softness says, "Good man, no spoilers, please." Yeah, I figure a lot of people probably don't want to actually hear about it right now. Eurostar07 says that Hiroki doesn't do all that stuff because GL is low effort. Yeah, recently with how things have been going, it definitely feels that way, doesn't it? And Raoul Wolf earlier said there isn't a server merger though, so didn't they already say that both servers are still separate? Yeah, they're still going to be separate, so the only thing is the schedule is going to be adjusted, right? So it will be such a way that global version, they're trying to make it 1 month, just 1 month behind JP. So Noguchi, the person in charge of scenario, has some comments on this, which again I'm not gonna translate in case of spoilers. Yeah, I just heard the spoiler. What? No, I'm just pretending. They didn't actually say anything that's spoiler-ish, but But we're finally moving on to the next thing. Another story, part 3, Ashes of Apocalypse, starting in September. And the moment they announced that, The only thing I can think of is cost 100 units at the start of every month for the next God knows how many months. Oh boy. Just in case FF8 Collab and, you know, all the Road to Worldwide Crunch wasn't enough, guys, there's gonna be another part 3 as well. Another story part 3. Get ready for the rush of cost 100 units. Oh boy. So they're gonna show us a little bit of Ashes of Apocalypse. And Kensho Ono-san will introduce it for us. So there's 8 core crystals, the what keeps the world in balance. And from the crystals, there are 8 guardians that protect the crystals. When they finish using up the power for the crystal warriors, new crystal warriors come in, will be birthed and come in. And it seems like the balance has been disturbed and broken as all of a sudden. And there's a... From those ashes come the god that will rule over all of the different far planes. And that's the King of Ashes. And then the last part, I kind of didn't see it fast enough. But basically, it seems like it's gonna be like a Thor Ragnarok kind of situation, I guess. Like it's gonna be, it sounds pretty interesting. There's gonna be a new enemy. Okay, so the last part is just basically saying that the Crystal Warriors now, who have overcome all sorts of challenges in the past, are now going to be going up against this tough enemy. So the approach this time will be changed a little bit. The announced story, Part 3 announced story will get more serious and is going to be tied to the main story canon. So be sure to check it out when it's released. And sounds like there will be guest characters from the main storyline, coming into this thing. So it will be a kind of different from how it's been in Part 1 and Part 2. But so this is Kaio, the King of Ashes, the final last boss, I guess. And then, of course, obviously, these Crystal Warriors will appear in it. By the way, I haven't actually finished reading Another Story Part 2, so if there's anything connected to that, I don't actually know. Oh, holy cow. So there's gonna be... is this Dario? This looks like Silmar. I don't know. I don't know if there are new characters or if they are returning characters from somewhere. But those are the characters you can expect to see in Another Story Part 3. So they've brought voice samples of the 4 Crystal Warriors here. Even with that said, even with that difficulty, even with that challenge, obstacle said, we still have to fight for the balance of the world. That's probably the gist of what he said. So that's a voice line from Part 3 where I think, it sounds like the scenario setup is where they realize there's some really bad obstacle, but they still have to fight for the balance of the world, even though it's probably an impossible mission. Next up, we're gonna hear a voice sample from Part 3 for Rafu. Red Demon, her sounding, judging from your second name, it seems like you're an impressive fella. Red Demon, is there a character in War of the Visions that will take on this second name as Red Demon? This title of Red Demon, just like how Rafu calls herself the title of the Witch of the Abyss or something like that, right? Next up, Asalto-san will pick the next one that we can hear. Jim's voice line. Lucio, where are you and what are you doing? Hurry up and return. Sounds like maybe Lucio got kidnapped. And then Q-Face voice actress was like saying, maybe he went on a shopping trip and got lost. As if it's a little kid. But as you can tell from the voice clip, it definitely sounds like things are going to get drastically serious in Another Story Part 3. I'm super hyped for it, actually. Except for the part about the 8 characters. Perrine's voice line now. How can this happen? What should I do? Please tell me. So it definitely seems like the Crystal Warriors will be in a pinch. So all of this will begin on September 15th, so that's like 3 weeks away. Super hyped. So September 15th, that means the first unit from Another Story Part 3 will probably come out at the start of October. October 1st. Okay, so that's all for Another Story Part 3. Hiro-san comments that this time for Another Story Part 3, they've really put in a lot of extra effort in this one. And QV's voice actress just spoiled what the next segment is supposed to be, roadmap stuff. Because Nakai-san kind of said that, oh, it's over, so they thought that maybe the stream is over, but that's absolutely not the quest. Before we go to the roadmap, Nakai-san has something to say. One thing to say. Nakai-san, because of family reasons, will be leaving Square Enix? Oh my goodness. So he is going to graduate from the War of the Visions project team. He's been with the War of the Visions team for about 3.5 years. Right when the first of these live streams happened, that was one of his first duties. So that's when he joined the War of the Visions team. And he's enjoyed, conversing and interacting, having a dialogue with the players through the game, through, social media and all that stuff. And he's had a very fulfilling 3.5 years working on the War of the Visions project team. So there's a lot of things, obviously he wished he could have done, but due to his lack of efforts, ability, things have happened that way. But with that said, War of the Visions is going to continue to evolve and get stronger and get more powered up. So, but from now on, so after he has left, he will continue on as a War of the Visions player. when Hirono-san asked him to join the World Divisions team, at first he was in charge of promotions. And then from there he went to assistant producer and then the operations producer. So he really enjoys World Divisions and loves it. It's a really fun game. And he's been, having a lot of fun with it. And actually, just a bit of a secret here, Part 4 main story is being worked on. Even Nakai-san himself doesn't know the contents yet, but they're working on it, Part 4 main story. And together with the just announced FFA collab and everything, there's a lot coming forward for players to be excited about, so please look forward to all that content, and thank you for playing. Thank you for everything, I guess. So, Hirono-san on his leaving. So, originally Hirono-san was planning to talk about worldwide version since Nakai-san is leaving. But due to some sudden circumstances, seems like they can't talk about it now. So he hopes that players can understand that they'll touch on this later on. But they will, with Nakai-san's departure, they will, they're rooting for him. It's a little bit frustration. It's a little bit frustrating that this is suddenly happening now, but in future broadcasts, they'll basically look at how the broadcasts need to be restructured, and they'll handle it. It's their duty to, present the best possible game for players, so they'll continue with that. And they hope that players will not be sad about Nakai-san's departure from the World Divisions team. As for the composition of the team, himself as the representative of the entire World Divisions team, that doesn't change. As for the development, of course, director Fujita-san is still going to handle all of that. There's no change regarding that. Now, although Nakai-san is leaving as the operations producer, there will be other stuff. Global versions of Hiroki. Together with other staff, will be taking, over the duties for the worldwide version, basically. Hiroki is here on this stream as well, so they're gonna introduce him. So basically, Hiroki will also be working on the JP version on top of Global. I don't know why he's speaking in English, but... Okay, so that's usually how he starts his introduction, in the global version videos. But seems like the tension, the atmosphere on this stream is different. So Hiroki Fujimoto. Fujimoto is his surname, Hiroki is his given name. So now that it's going to be one worldwide version, the team has powered up. And gonna bring a better experience for the players. So on top of in our story, part 3, in November there will be the 4th anniversary. Right now, they are working on a bunch of contents for the 4th anniversary, so please look forward to it. And with this, with the broadcast in the future, they're gonna change them up a bit with since it's gonna be worldwide version. So the exact details, once they've finalized it, they'll let players know again in the in-game notices. So right now, as of right now, there's JP version and Notice version, right? Global version, right? Probably about 4 months apart. But with Final Fantasy, of course, one of the main things is the story and the exciting battles. So for global version, they get the story 4 months later. So a lot of time it ends up being spoilers. So they feel like, since it's Final Fantasy, they feel like the whole world should be experiencing it at the same time to make it more exciting. So they're gonna make it. They're gonna try and make it so that global version people and Japanese players people can experience the thrill together at the same time. So that when JP players go overseas and meet global players, they can talk about the same things like, oh hey, the FF8 collab, this time the Squall unit, this and that. So in order to, although it's not going to be simultaneous, they're gonna try and close the gap. So that no matter where you go, no matter where the Japanese players go, they will be able to enjoy World of Vision's conversations with global players. So in that sense, they're gonna try and power up World of Visions in these ways. So hope for your continued support. So Nakai-san said there's one more change that they have to announce now. For the for the JP version Twitter. Huh? Okay, so basically there's multiple official Twitter accounts that they use, but they're gonna delete the one that they use so much. And basically a bit of a handing off here from Nakai-san to Hiroki. Not too sure how I feel about that, because I kind of feel that the reason why JP version right now does not have a lack of antlers was mostly a thing that Nakai-san kind of pushed for, because in the past, in JP, there used to be a problem with, too few UR antlers being given out. And people were saying, oh, hey, we never have enough antlers. And after that feedback was given, after Nakai-san said that they'll do something about it, about 1 month later, they started giving a lot more antlers. So the thing is, I do feel that Nakai-san actually does listen to players and implement a lot of things that we ask for. So I'm actually not too sure what to feel about the passing of the baton right now. But as they explain the reason why, or at least what they're telling us, is that Nakai-san is leaving because of family circumstances. So originally they were planning to cover some of the worldwide thing in this broadcast, but because of this sudden announcement, this sudden departure for Nakai-san, that they feel like they need to, talk about this handing of the baton pass first, and I guess give us the details about the worldwide thing later on. So what you're seeing on screen now, with the previous slide and the current slide, are all the presents we are getting as part of the broadcast presents this time. So we're gonna get a total of 3,000 free visual on top of all of the presents you see on screen. And that just about concludes the stream this time around.
では最後に皆さんから一言ずつお願いします。まずはアサルトさんからお願いします。
はい、そうですね。中井さんとの最後のね、国営放送だったんですけど、僕がたまたまこの今日の国営放送最初に来た会場の初めて会った場所なんで、
Asalto-san is looking back on, the first time Asalto-san met Nakai-san was actually on the set for this broadcast program. But now that he's leaving, it's sad, of course. But FF8 Collab is coming, so he's looking forward to FF8 and everything else. Thank you for today. Next up, we have Fujita-san's closing remarks. Thank you for watching. With Nakai-san's departure, it kind of, even though they've kind of acted very buddy-buddy in the past, it kind of feels like he has to treat him with like more respect and more distance now. So Hiroki is a veteran in the industry, by the way, but basically Hiroki is a more senior position in the company, right? So I guess from now on, Fujita-san will be dealing with Hiroki-san instead. He does feel honored about being able to work with Hiroki, and looking forward to improving War Divisions. So obviously right now the thing to be excited about is the FF8 collab, but they're also making preparations towards the 4th anniversary. And then as for the roadmap and other stuff, there's a bunch of stuff they want to show us. But as for the timing, they need to figure it out first. But for what they can say now, for Guild Battle, they're gonna be introducing new features to Guild Battle. I guess it's new. Some kind of a new kind of feature for Guild Battle. They're currently thinking about that. And that and other stuff, they're preparing for the 4th anniversary. As for the worldwide version, about sometime in September, that's when everything will begin. So with that, with the worldwide version change and the anniversary, there's a lot to look forward to. So look forward to everyone's support. So Ryuki's closing remarks. So the great thing about operating the game is that they get to hear the feedback from a lot of players, and using that they're going to try and improve the game. Not just feedback from JP players, but also from the global players, so that more people around the world can enjoy the game. So already, Hiroki-san has already spoken to Fujita-san about 4th anniversary and stuff. So they're gonna try and power up the team even more, and bring more exciting contents to the players. Nakai-san's closing remarks. Sorry about the sudden announcement. Thank you everyone for everything so far. Personally, I have a sentence that I like a lot. Yeah? So anyway, Nakai-san's favorite phrase is that change is progress. Change is growth. And then Hiro-san just chimed in, what the heck? Isn't that the thing that I always say? So that's where Nakai-san got it from, I guess. So there are a lot of changes, but through all these changes, War Divisions is going to be even better than before. That's what he thinks. And from here on out, for himself as well as Fujita-san, not Fujita-san, as well as Hiroki-san, they look forward to ushering World Division's progress and growth.
会える日が来るのかなというふうに思っております。僕もユーザーとしてね、
So Nakai-san, as a player, moving forward as a player himself, he will support in that sense.
今まで本当に3年半ありがとうございました。これからもゲーム戦争楽しくなっていきます。
Thank you for everything for the past 3.5 years, and yeah, moving forward as well. Please look forward to everything else that's coming.
はい、というわけで私からも一言。
Oh man, I'm kind of gutted that. To be honest, I'm kind of gutted that Nakai-san is leaving.
毎回本当声が潰れるくらいね。
Kyufei-san's voice actress now saying Nakai-san's voice is piercing, right? Like his voice is always there to give energy to people. To the point, it's so loud to the point that he has to drink honey to soothe his voice. And looking at that, Kyufei's voice actress thinks that she has to become better as well.
元気な中井さんのトークが聞けなくなると
She can't match the energy of Nakai-san, is basically what she's saying.
次のステップに向かって頑張って
But Nakai-san inspired her, and
ここまで本当にありがとうございます。
thank you for everything.
そしてひろきさん、いえ、ひろきと呼ばせてください。
And
ひろきさんのジーパンを抜いていただくことはできますか？こんなにかっこいいジーパン見たことありますか？もうこれ
Kyufei's voice actress is wants Hiroki-san to take off his jeans so that he can take a closer look at his jeans.
毎日ね、
It's a really something he's never seen before.
かっこいい。
So maybe in the future we can get producer jeans.
というわけでこれからも絶対に本当ゲームセット盛り上がっていくと思いますので、改めて
So yeah, moving forward, World Divisions is definitely going to get even more interesting than before. So please, everyone, look forward to your support.
では続きまして国王小野さん、よろしくお願いします。
Next up is Kensho Ono.
誠にありがとうございました。
Thank you for watching the program.
本当見ていただいた通り、内容
As you can see, the contents for this broadcast is been jam-packed with content and information, and it's gonna make it sounds like World of Visions is getting even more interesting.
ございました。もう最初の頃からずっとやっぱりね、中井さんが
And he thanks Nakai-san
みたいな
for everything.
でね、番組
From the beginning, Nakai-san has always been like the guy, you know, who's been very energetic.
我々に寄り添って対応してくださったので、すごく
And even when things were difficult, even when there were dealings that were difficult, Nakai-san is always there to support the team and support everyone.
改めましてよろしくお願いします。よろしくお願いします。
And
迎えて、
nice to meet you, Hiroki.
として今後またこう原戦争がどんどんいいものになっていけるように
Kensho Ono, the voice actor of Kingmon, is looking forward to how much better,
で
how much stronger World of Visions is going to get moving on forward.
してますし、本当にねストーリーがまあ面白い。
But as stated or as teased earlier in the program,
いただけたらなと
seems like the main story in World of Visions is getting even more interesting, even more deeper. So please look forward to all of that. Finally, we have Hirono-san's closing comments.
もうねちょっとお腹の中がだいぶはい大変なことになっておりますけれども、途中でこれを渡されたんですが、特段なん
Seems like his stomach is okay now. He received this thing to kind of help him with his stomach after drinking all that spicy and sour soup. But the drink itself looks kind of off-colored, so he's kind of scared to drink it.
今回その非常にこう残念な話があります
So this time, unfortunately, there was a bit of a sad news with Nakai-san's departure.
時だと思ってますんで、こういったことを新たな成長のチャンスだと思って、
But it is a chance for growth for the team.
この後ね、我々とのつながりっていうのは仕事だけじゃないと思ってますから、
Of course, with Hirono and Nakai-san, their relationship is not just, you know, as, boss and subordinate. So
ついて大丈夫そうになってきて
once things are more calmed down,
に対して復活するとかね。
maybe once things are more settled in, maybe they'll get Nagai-san to come in as the community ambassador, just like Asalto-san, or something like that. They maybe once things are settled down, maybe that may be possible. The comments in chat are suggesting something like that as well. So maybe they'll get Nakai-san involved again in some kind of manner in the future. But to the players as well, moving on forward, they'll continue to work hard on bringing, an improved version of War Divisions to everyone. So please give us your support. And now Hiroki scuttles in. Just as Q-Face voice actress was trying to end the stream, suddenly the voice of King Mont chimes in to stop the presses. Nagai-san, thank you for everything over this long period. This is the rose that you see in Leonis, from given to you by the none other than King Mon himself. So please give us a few words. From the first Kokei Hoso, from the first state operator broadcast until now, there's been a lot of things happen along the way, and everyone has grown quite a bit. The staff, the cast as well. It's been a fun time for everyone on the staff and the team. From here on out, let's all enjoy War Divisions together. Thank you for everything. And with that, we will see you guys next time on the next stream. Honestly, I don't know what to feel like. It's kind of such a sad end to this broadcast this time around. Like, who would have thought this was the announcement for today? I'm not talking about FFA, I'm talking about Nakai-san's departure. Alright, so let's take a look at chat while the FF8 trailer plays in the background. Alright, so I was just waiting for that for the trailer to finish playing before we talk about what just happened on stream. Holy cow. Luciano says, I thought Hiroki would get the boot, but turns out Hiroki is the new freaking boss. Yeah, it's super unexpected. Like, what? Like, I would have never imagined that with the worldwide version coming, that the Japanese operations producer is the one getting the boot. like, what, huh? Like, how does that even make sense? But from the way that they phrase it, okay, so first of all, does anybody really think that Nakai-san is leaving on his own accord? Because honestly, I mean, the way that they sort of phrase it, the way that they sort of explain it is that due to family circumstances, he is leaving Square Enix. Oh, so let me just scroll back so that we get some music playing in the background while I talk. So the way that they explain Nakai-san's departure is that because of his family circumstances, they need to leave Square Enix. But like, to me, it sounds like the timing is so... it can't be so coincidental that the worldwide version is happening now, and this is when Nakai-san is leaving Square Enix, right? Like, how do you explain that something that is happening in Nakai-san's, own family circumstance causing him to have to leave Square Enix? How do you explain that happening at the same time as, the worldwide vision about to happen? Like, I kind of don't buy it, but, that's what they're explaining it as, so we don't really have any, I guess that's how it's just gonna be, right? And like I said earlier, I feel I'm definitely feeling quite sad about this because in JP, we like to make fun that, whenever there's something bad or whenever something's gone wrong in World of Visions JP, just blame Nakai-san. He's the guy to blame. That's the joke that, all of the players tend to go to whenever we want to, curse about something in World of Visions JP. But to be honest, he's really very well loved, and he's really, a lot of the players, I think, in JP feels that it's because of Nakai-san that, a lot of our feedback were actually implemented, and the game actually got a lot better because Nakai-san is the guy who is actually reading and going through all of the player feedback to figure out what they need to do next. So they've actually done a really good job listening to the players and implementing stuff to based on the players' feedback after Nakai-san was appointed as operations producer. So yeah, so I feel really bad that he's the one who's leaving, and then now I feel a sense of trepidation that now Hiroki-san is also handling the JP version, in a way, the worldwide version, right? Because I don't know what that means for JP. For the past few months already, I've greatly enjoyed playing JP version a lot more than global version, although it used to be the other way around. So yeah, I don't know what's going to happen. But one thing that could be quite interesting is that, like what Hiroki said, moving forward, the live stream broadcast for World of Visions is going to be, the worldwide version broadcast. So I don't know if that means they're gonna be, doing the same broadcast and announcing things for, JP and Global at the same time, in which case this may actually be the final live translation stream for World of Visions that you guys are watching now. The ones that I do anyway. So maybe in the future I wouldn't even be doing all of these live translation streams because it's just going to be one stream, and then I don't know, they'll talk in Japanese and then they'll get a translator to say the same thing again in English. I don't know how that's going to work because all the Japanese players watching the stream will find it to be very weird. Most likely, as what I've seen other games do, most likely they're going to be doing the stream in JP, and then at the same time they'll have like a mirrored version where they'll have an interpreter also going through and translating all the things that the people are saying in JP. But then again, the JP stream is meant for JP players, so that means that whatever they're saying is meant for the JP version. So I don't know how that's going to work because it will seem so weird, right? So who knows what the future or what the Visions holds. To be honest, I don't for the longest time I don't really feel like creating content for World of Visions because really at this point nobody knows what's going to happen in World of Visions, and I don't know what this will mean for the schedule, for all these things that we've had in the past. Yeah, I'm just at a really a very confused state right now, as to what's going to happen. But one thing I do know is that I do enjoy playing the game, so at least for now, I'm along for the ride. But definitely, I think I've only said this to some of the Visipor people, but I'm definitely looking forward to other games right now. Like, for example, earlier Hero said that Gumi is coming out with another game very soon, right? And that's, what's it called? Esther Tatarix? Something like that. There's gonna be another smartphone RPG game. I'm really looking forward to checking that out. It's coming out like on August 28th, I believe, next Monday. And so I will be playing that. I will be streaming that as well. And I don't know if I'm going to do a lot more War Divisions content, but for now I'm going to be continuing as a player, and I do want to try and make more War Divisions content, but at the moment I'm really just not very excited about, you know, what is there, what content is there to, I mean, I really don't know, like, what to make at the moment. It seems like everybody is just very worried about what's going to happen to the game, that nobody is really that keen on, you know, being that invested in the new units. But for now, at the very least, I will be pulling for Squall, I guess, because Lightning is like my strongest element in World of Visions JP, so I'll be pulling for that. I'll probably, maybe I'll make some content about Squall and some other stuff that hopefully you guys will look forward to. Now, before I end off the stream, I want to ask in chat, is there anybody here who joined the stream late and would like a recap? Because if not, I think maybe I'll just go for dinner already. But if you know, there's a bunch of you guys who came in late and who would like to know what transpired earlier in the stream, I could do like a quick recap for you guys before I end off the stream. In the meantime, I'm just gonna read chat first, because I feel like I've talked a lot without reading chat. Okay. I really don't feel good about, you know, the whole Nakai-san is leaving, and then now Hiroki-san is also handling JP. Not because I don't like Hiroki, but because I feel like with how things are going in Global, I'm a little bit worried about how that will change JP as well. And, you know, the fact that he's being tasked with Global and JP means that, I mean, there could be oversights, right? Like, he could be overworked, and then maybe some things he's not able to pay more attention to. So I'm worried about how things will go in the future. Let's see here. Fafner says, thought Hirono was Hiroki's JP mirror. How does Nakai-san factor in? So Nakai-san, so in JP, it's only Hirono and Nakai-san, right? Nakai-san is Hirono's subordinate. Hirono is the big guy, the guy overall in charge of everything FFB. And then, I kind of thought of it as Hiroki is Nakai's global version counterpart. So they are like about the same rank, but obviously Hirono, having been a veteran in the gaming industry, is, you know, is his senior and in a way his boss. But Nakai doesn't answer directly to Hiroki. He answers directly to Hirono, because the JP versions and global versions were separate. Luciano says JP and GL teams fuse together and Hiroki is the boss of that team. Yeah, who could have seen this coming, really? This is like drama, you know, on its own, right? Like, they should make a story about this. The Shy Wizard says, hopefully carriers, as an Earth player, we've been eating this year, it's been good. Yeah, I know, right? Renoa is going to make Earth team even better. And I think you could even make something like King Bradley, Melnir, and Renoa. And you don't need a tank, because I think if you put in a tank, you probably lose a bit too much of firepower. Luciano says, even W... Sorry, let me read something else, because I didn't quite understand that comment. Divine Meal says, with better rewards, RS would be excellent. What's RS? Road to... The Shy Wizard says, I can rewind your stream. That's the beauty of YouTube streaming. Okay, great. Then in that case, I think I'm just going to, after finishing reading the chat, I think I'm just going to go for dinner first, and then we'll see if I need to make a recap or something. and I want to go back and listen and hear some of the things. I think I didn't miss anything this time, but just in case, I just want to go back and check as well. This phenomenon V2, aren't we all along for the ride for War of the Visions LOL? Yeah, I know, right? It's like, I don't know, man. Like, recently Global Vision is yeah, at least they are improving. At least they are reviewing the decision about the how to crunch all this up, and they're looking at how to they're at least listening to us now. So that's the one thing I'm glad. But outside of the extra 7,000 visual, they haven't really announced anything that we can really celebrate. So hopefully this is a sign of more things to come, of how they're really going to listen to players more. But I mean, at this point, we really don't know anything. And in fact, the funny thing is, I feel like Hiroki has said more about the JP side of the War of the Visions worldwide version than the global side of things. It's like, I know more things about the JP version. I know more of the changes in the JP version than the actual global version. It's like, what the heck? The Shy Wizard says, is a mechanic in the game to be exploited. Shy Wizard also says, enjoy your meal, Odaiba. I'm grateful for your stream and community. Thank you so much for tuning in as well. And Ray Joshua says, Hiroki is the final raid boss. Oh my, wouldn't it be really funny though if they put him in as a mini raid boss or something? I would love to be able to use my units to beat Hiroki up. Oh man, I can't even finish that. I can't even finish that statement without laughing out loud. Let's see. Junkyard Dog says, if Hiroki really handles both JP and worldwide, I hope we get the best of both worlds. Yeah, I agree. So maybe, you know what? I actually have the game open, so maybe I can show you guys some of the things that maybe in the next War of the Vision survey we should like ask for it and stuff. So let me just do one toggle. Oops. Is that a... Wait a minute. Just give me a moment. Let me turn my... Okay, there we go. I'm gonna change audio sources as well. Hopefully it won't be too jarring. Alright, so I want to show you guys a bunch of things in J. So there's obviously good things and there's obviously bad things about the JP version, right? And since you guys are all here and since we kind of... Stop interrupting me, Glassy. I know you're cute, but you can't keep doing that. Let me turn you off. Alright, so anyway, I was saying... So obviously there are good things and bad things about the JP version, right? And obviously I hope that they will only implement the good things. Now, one of the best things about the JP version since a few months ago is the revamp of the daily purchase system. So first of all, to explain, in JP, this kind of format has always been how it is. Like every day there's, bonuses for daily purchases. This is the $1 tier, and I believe this is like the $5 tier. So in JP, I do the $5 purchase every day because I get all of these extra stuff. As you can see, for scrolls, you can choose between purple shadowless or UR scrolls, and basically I do the daily purchase every day to get 10, 20, 30, 40, 60 scrolls, and on top of that, on day 6, I get an additional 120 scrolls from my daily purchase. So basically in 1 week, I'm getting like 180 scrolls without having to spend visual or anything. It's all just from daily purchases. And on top of that, I saw in Reddit that people were telling me that, hey, Rainbow Spears is a bottleneck. For me, I don't feel it that way because in JP and Global, I've always had like some crazy number for Rainbow Spears. I never run out, right? But if you're worried about that, you know what? They give you Rainbow Spears in the daily purchase bonus as well. I believe it's 2 spears for the $1 tier and an additional 3 spears for the $5 tier. So overall, because of this revamp system since quite a few months back already, the in-game balance for resources is really very well done. I'm really not lacking anything. Like, whatever I need to build to enjoy Guild Battle to the fullest, I always have enough of it. Partially because I stockpile and I don't waste anything that is not needed, but also because generally speaking, they realize that players want to be able to actually play the damn game, and they have started giving people enough stuff. So all of this stuff you get as a spender, even if you're not spending, you know, with all the other stuff, for the most part, you can still get a bunch of, like the resources feel balanced in terms of what they give you in the shop. Like all of this week, the daily free shop item is Fragments of Thought, which I actually have quite a few pieces of. I don't actually have a lot of. So let me just show you guys that quickly. Oh, I already redeemed it, but wait a minute. This is not the. Was it this page? Okay, I don't know. So basically, there's a free version of this. Like for 0 visual, you get 1 piece of this thing. But I'm not sure where it is right now. Or maybe it's only for the first 3 days, and then for today onward is Rainbow Cube. But anyway, we get a bunch of free stuff, and even right now, with Road to Worldwide coming, right? I already did my free pool, but basically we're getting 5 free pools a day. And a bunch of other stuff. So it's been really great in JP, and I hope that they realize that, you know, especially after the introduction of Reincarnation, people are running dry of resources. Robotaku says, LLGL, you need to buy 5,000 Vis to get second bonus. Yeah, exactly. So it's kind of weird that in JP it's actually cheaper, right, the daily bonuses, because to get everything, sometimes this daily purchasing, sometimes it's 6 days, sometimes it's 7 days. So let's say it's a 7-day calendar, right? 7 day, if you spend $5 a day, at the most you only need like $35 to finish getting everything in the daily purchase bonus. But in global, you have to spend pretty much $50 each. Pretty much 5,000 paid visits, $80 each time, right? So obviously the trade-off for that is that for global version, obviously, I don't feel that it's worth to, you know, buy so much paid vis, so I only do the $1 purchase. But in JP, I feel like it's actually super worth it to do the $5 daily purchase every day. So as a result of that, I do find that I'm spending way more in JP now, because if you calculate that up, you know, it's not exactly chump change. Now the bad side for JP is that, unfortunately in JP, the way that the bonus packs work, 5,000 paid Viz and 5,000 free Viz, you can only buy that very limited number of times. As you can see here, I do not even have any more of those packs to buy anymore. So if right now for FF8 Collab, if I need 5,000 paid Viz, I literally have to buy this crappy pack for 5,000 paid Viz and 900 free Viz, because there's no more of the good packs remaining. You only get that during certain limited time periods. Like the last time was during 3.5 anniversary from May 14 all the way until the end of June, I think. They brought them back for a limited time, so that's why I bought everything. That's why if you watch my streams, maybe 1 or 2 months earlier, you may have noticed I did have a lot of paid Viz, and now I have I practically have like no more paid Viz remaining, just a little bit left. And it's all because I do stock up during the bonus period to use it for across, like, you know, the next half a year or the next entire year, that kind of situation. And because of that, I pretty much never buy these packs here unless I really need to for, you know, like the upcoming FF8 collab. I think the last time I actually bought one of these non-discounted packs, this really bad packs. The last time I bought it was like more than a year ago. And I'm really hoping that, you know, in my poll stream, I will be able to get enough luck for you guys that I wouldn't actually have to buy more paid Viz. So I'm counting on you guys for that. Definitely need to pull Squall, mostly because of, you know, my mastery level and my account being strong in the lightning element. Whoop. Sorry about that. And there are other things too, like for some reason in global version, the what is this? The Vision medals. For Aspers, if you go and check, it actually costs 200 medals to get 10 shards of certain things. For the Dark Aspers. Oh, there you go. Dark Ramu, Dark Bahamut, everything. If you go to the global version, it's actually 200. 200 medals required, but for JP it's only 100. And then in the guild shop, I think I bought everything, but basically, as you can see here, for the every month you can buy up to 200 of these for 10 medals a piece. In global, I think it's still 20. So there's like various things that are better in JP, and oddly enough, in global version they just don't bring that over. I'm not sure if it's because of greed or because of something else that they changed the values. This Phenomenon V2 says need more magic site, because I'm assuming that the wedding units GL are just getting the summer units. And then Fafnir says, got loads of rainbow frags, but no downward item exchanges. So rip to my RVS. Your rainbow spears, huh? Junker says, time to switch to JP with Google Lens. That's actually not recommended, because other than these good things about JP, there's a lot of bad parts. If you're a spender, straight away it's going to be a bad experience just because you can't buy the discounted packs. And by the way, Pack H, the discounted, the 50% off discounted packs, that's never been a thing in JP, right? So I really hope that the worldwide thing will not be a complete end to those discounted packs. That's one thing I'm really quite concerned about. If that's the case, I think I'm just going to completely stop spending in global, because it feels like there's no advantage to, you know, doing any kind of spending in global. Let's see here. Luciano says in Neo Automata, the producer is a DLC boss. Yeah, the producer and the Square Enix CEO, right? Yeah, I saw that. That was kind of... That was super hype of them to implement. Daniel Soto says, if only JP version had English, I'll be willing to play both. Yeah, I understand. I feel you. If you don't understand the language, it's kind of difficult. Like, the only reason I play JP version is because I understand the language. And even then, at the beginning, I actually started JP version first, and then I moved to global version just because the prices in global version were a lot cheaper. It wasn't until about, I think, a year ago where I started to switch and be more heavily focused on JP instead. Alright, so I think that's about it. Did I miss any important questions or comments in chat? Sorry, I wasn't able to read as much chat comments this time because I think because of my setup, the way I set it up, I didn't increase the font size enough, so it was really hard for me to read. But I'll try and, you know, improve on that and make sure that it's adjusted properly so that I can read more of your chat next time. But for now, I'm pretty famished. I had lunch. I had a late lunch, but it's been many hours since. So I think I'm gonna go off, get some food. Maybe I can... Already did my quick pick match. So I can't really show you guys that as well. I ran into PSD earlier today, by the way, and I... that was... I wish we could have shown that on stream, but yeah, it was it happened too early. Anyway, gonna go off now, take a break, and then we'll see if yeah, lots of stuff to look forward to. FF8 Collab is coming. When is it again? August 24th. So that's 5 days from now. So when that drops, I'm not too sure about my schedule for next week yet, so I'll have to take a look. But most likely, I will be streaming that day. And then I'll try and make some video, I guess. So, one thing I want to ask you guys about, which is that I want to try making some kind of content on like a daily or bi-day, like once every 2 days kind of basis. And I'm actually kind of looking for ideas for that. So if you have any thoughts on what you would like to see as you know, content on my YouTube channel, let me know in the comments, you know, in the chat here, or as a comment in any of my previous videos as well. I do read every single comment you guys write to me on any of my videos. So if you can think of something you would like to see as a video, just let me know and I'll see if I can try and do something for it. Fafner says hit that like hit that like button before he goes, chaps. Yeah, do definitely hit the like button, and if you haven't subscribed already, what are you waiting for? It's free. Just subscribe to the channel already. I saw the other day that about, I think my subscriber rate is like 30%. Let's see here. The Shy Wizard says, JP gets free NR antlers. Global could use some for sure. Yeah, I agree. Holy cow. I don't know why they're so stingy with antlers in Global. Like, don't they understand that if players don't have enough antlers, they can't make any good teams, they won't experiment, and as a result, it leads them to not want to spend in the game. Don't they understand that? Like, what is the fun of restricting players so that they can't play your game? If they don't play your game, they can't spend. Why don't they understand that? Okay. Ray Joshua says, I have like 0 Rainbow Spears and MR Spears. Holy cow. It's really that bad, huh? So sorry about that. I was under the assumption that global players have a lot of Rainbow Spears and not enough antlers, but as it turns out, there are a lot of players who don't have enough Rainbow Spears too. Alright, so I think pretty much Louis says they're listening like always but doing the bare minimum or nothing. Hopefully they're improving, right? We do see some signs of improvement, and it's definitely better than in the past where they asked us to do a poll to suggest and see what kind of a collab we would like to see, and nobody voted for the influencer or celebrity thing, and yet that's the option they went with. If you think about how bad things were previously, it's definitely an improvement right now. At least they are, trying to listen to the players more. Kitty Law says, I exchanged most of my Emerald Spears for Rainbow. Ah, I see, so that's why. Yeah. So yeah, I guess they really need to give players more spears, or at least more free pools, because you know what? I think most of the spears that people get are actually from summons anyway. And if they don't give us our summons, then, obviously we're not going to have enough spears. And by the way, Jaden's release in JP was the point where the 3.5 anniversary 350 free pools started. And obviously in Global, we don't have that yet. We only have the Jaden unit, right? So I'm a little bit worried about if this means that they've cancelled 3.5 anniversary, or if the 350 pools are still coming later. So that's one of the other things I'm worried about as well. And they've said nothing about it whatsoever, which is very concerning. Skyfire X says, because the way things are in Global is like that, because the GL team doesn't play the game, unlike Nakai, so they don't know what is lacking. Yeah, I think you are absolutely right on that. You can tell that Nakai-san definitely plays the game, and that's why he's able to really understand what players really need. But even if they don't play it, they should have data analytics to let them know and see what people are suffering from. There should be some way. With that said, nothing beats actually playing the game and actually understanding what players need. So I hope they improve on that as well. Alright, so I guess that's enough bashing on the global operations team today. Really, I just hope that, things will, turn for the better. And I'm just praying for that right now. But until then, we have the FF8 collab in JP to look forward to. I'll probably be streaming that day. Once I figure out my schedule, I'll once again schedule the live stream on YouTube. And if you're a subscriber to the channel, you should see that pop up somewhere on your YouTube homepage when I've done that. So I guess that's it for today. Thanks everyone for sticking around and watching the stream with me, and I'll see you guys next time. Oh, and don't forget, if you have any ideas on what you would like to see for videos on my YouTube channel, do make sure to leave a comment somewhere on any of my videos. It's fine. I'll be sure to read it, and we'll see if we can do something about that. Alright, take care now.